Hello, Joel Tadman here from Golf Monthly, and in this video we're doing a head-to-head between old and new. It's the Callaway Great Big Bertha Epic Sub Zero driver up against the Callaway Rogue Sub Zero driver. Now, obviously it's interesting this year with Callaway bringing out the Rogue premium driver with Epic staying in the range as well for 2018. If you've seen my Callaway Rogue driver review video, you'll know that I was really impressed with this, but wanted to find out exactly if it was better than Epic and where it was better than Epic, if at all. So we tested them in a head-to-head contest. Now we tested these drivers over in Orlando. We tested them exactly the same. So we used the same Editor Rogue extra stiff shaft, the white one here I've got here. We tested them both in 9 degree of loft with the weight settings in the same position. So the heavier weight in the front with the Rogue, that Sub Zero, that's a 14 gram weight, whereas with Epic that's 12 gram weight at the front. So slightly different weighting, but the same settings essentially, and the same loft, same shaft. And we use the same balls. We use Titleist Pro V1 golf balls to do this test. And what I did was I hit 10 shots with each of these drivers, 5 with one, 5 with the other, then 5 with the same, and then 5 with the original driver to produce 10 shots with each. And then I deleted my 2 worst shots and my 1 best shot to give 7 counting shots for each. So hopefully you'll agree that's as controlled test as we could do. We use our GC2 launch monitor to do this test. It's a fair comparison, it's a fair test. Obviously there will be some variations in strike and the way the club is delivered, but I am a human after all, and after all these clubs are built for humans to test out on the golf course. So before we look at the numbers, let's just talk very briefly about the looks of these drivers. You'll see they look very similar. They're pretty much exactly the same shape and the same size. All I would say is that I do actually prefer the look of the Rogue driver because it's got a slightly cleaner speed step design on the front of the crown. I feel like the Epic is a little bit busy on the front there, but generally speaking they're very similar. Obviously difference in colour schemes, but both of them look very inviting to hit for what is a low spin version of these drivers. So that's the looks. Let's have a look at the GC2 launch monitor data to see what the differences in performance were. So let's have a look at the numbers then for the Callaway drivers. We'll start with the Epic Sub Zero driver, ball speed of 154, which is kind of where I normally am with drivers. Nice healthy launch at 15 degrees, spinning at 1929. So high launch, low spin, gave me good distance, averaging at 274 carry with a peak height of 36 yards. So that's pretty good, base numbers for that driver. And then we go on to the Callaway Rogue Sub Zero model. As you can see, I was surprised at this actually. It's a significant jump in ball speed with this driver up to 157 miles an hour, so 3 miles an hour jump in ball speed. The launch actually came down, which you probably would expect given there's slightly heavier weight in the front of this driver, might keep the launch down a little bit. And that has brought the ball flight down as well by a yard to 35 yards. Interestingly, the spin actually was slightly higher with the Rogue Sub Zero, which is not what I was expecting, but the carry distance did go up to 277 yards. So 3 yards extra carry distance there with the Rogue over the Epic. So Rogue is delivering more, is clearly delivering more ball speed and more distance. I'm going to put this iPad down now for a second, because what I would say, the numbers speak for themselves. There clearly is marginal gains to be had with Rogue over Epic. But the other thing to talk about is the feel of this driver. For me, the Rogue definitely feels like a more stable driver. It feels more solid, and I prefer the feel of the Rogue actually. I feel like it's a firmer feeling driver and just feels a little bit more powerful, feels a little bit more faster off the face. And that's why I would say Rogue does edge the Epic driver in a number of different areas. We can see it delivers better numbers, it delivers better feel and stability for me, and slightly better looks as well. So we're talking marginal gains as I've mentioned, but hopefully you'll agree that the test that we've done concludes that Rogue, as Callaway say, does deliver better performance than Epic. Is it more forgiving than Epic? I would say there's not much in it, but like I said, it feels more stable, and also a lot of that comes to how I deliver the club, face angle, attack angle, path, things like that. So difficult to tell which is more forgiving, but I would say Rogue feels more stable than Epic, delivers more distance, and looks a little better too. So thanks for watching. Comment down below. Are you happy with the way we've tested these drivers? Do you feel like it's a fair comparison? Are you interested in upgrading from Epic to Rogue? Are you interested in those extra 3 yards of distance? That's what I got anyway. Let me know what you think. Do you think this was a fair test? Do you think Rogue is a significant improvement over Epic? And would you benefit from those extra 3 yards off the tee? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.